आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
Man needs salt as he needs air and water. This salt comes from the Indian Ocean. Let every Indian claim it as his right.
On 6th April 1930, Mahatma Gandhi, after walking for 241 miles, defied the salt law by picking up a lump of salt at Dandi Village in Gujarat.
Truth was once again on the march. Never was the wave of patriotism so powerful in the hearts of Indians as it was on this great occasion.
The spark of Dandi March ignited the flames of the freedom movement and caused the idea of mass civil disobedience to spread like wildfire across the nation.
Daily, Gandhi tramped about 10 miles. On the way, he spoke on his familiar themes, beseeching the people to abjure alcohol, abandon child marriage, and, when the signal came, to break the salt law.
Dandi March was initiated by Mahatma Gandhi from Sabarmati Ashram on the 13th of March 1930 along with 78 satyagrahis. Daily, they walked and addressed public meetings. The ashram routine of prayer, spinning and writing up the daily diary was followed by every marcher.
After the day's march through heat and dust, Gandhi and his followers entered the village Dharamshala for the night's rest. In the evening, the prayer meeting was held in the village. Gandhi explained his mission. The soldiers of the first batch had burnt their boats the moment the march began. He added that he would not return to the ashram until the Salt Act was repealed and Swaraj won. Next morning, the people of Aslali saw Gandhi stride away with his pilgrim band to the next stage in the journey to the sea.
The long march of 241 miles finally ended on the 5th of April 1930. Along the way, Gandhiji and his companions had broken journey for the night at 22 places.
Sarojini Naidu received Gandhi and his followers on the outskirts of the village. After relaxing for a few hours, he set out to prepare the people for the war against the salt tax that was to begin next morning.
On April the 6th, the atmosphere at Dandi was both tense and solemn. The day began with prayers and Gandhiji addressed the people.
Those who fear the government will leave. Only those who are prepared for jail going and for receiving bullets should accompany me tomorrow morning.
Gandhiji then nominated Shri Abbas Tayyibji and after him Sarojini Naidu to lead the satyagraha if he was arrested. After prayers, Gandhiji with his followers took a bath in the sea. Then at 8:30 a.m. he defied the salt law by picking up a lump of salt. The entire nation rose against what Gandhiji described as Gunda Raj.
Millions broke the salt law and courted imprisonment. Salt depots were raided everywhere and the manufacture of salt was undertaken. In a single raid at Dharsana, 289 volunteers were wounded. But even the brutality of the police failed to break the morale of the people. The police opened fire in Calcutta, Madras and Karachi and perpetrated acts of brutality all over the country. On May the 4th, Mahatma Gandhi was arrested at Kharadi, 3 miles from Dandi, whilst asleep in his cottage.
We also remember martyr Babuji Donsegir, a resident of Khandesh, Maharashtra, who died on the 6th of April 1858. Babuji was a soldier in the English East India Company Army in Khandesh, but left it during the First War of Indian Independence in 1857 and took part in fighting against the British on several occasions. He also offered financial assistance to his neighbours and encouraged them to join the independence movement. He was martyred on the 6th of April 1859 in the course of an engagement in Khandesh. We salute the great son of the soil.
We also remember martyr Rolam Nabi, who took part in the First War of Indian Independence in 1857. Initially a soldier in the British Indian Army at Ambala, Nabi joined the Indian freedom activists and fought against the British Army. However, he was captured by the British soldiers and charged with mutiny and desertion. He was executed on the 6th of April 1858 at Ambala.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.